still have one quarterback yet to be taken waiting back there. And Todd, that's Josh Rosen of UCLA. Where is he going to go now?
Yeah, I would argue the most pro-ready of all these quarterbacks, but there's durability concerns. Oakland Raiders obviously don't need a quarterback. Are they going to make a move? Could a team like Arizona sitting at 15 try to trade up to that spot? That's the big question. Miami's the wild card. They have a quarterback in Tannehill, but they really have struggled with his durability issues. Now, are they going to bring in another quarterback who has durability issues is the big question. There is a relationship between Adam Gase and Jed Fish, who was the Josh Rosen offensive coordinator a year ago. And then lurking down here, a couple other teams. Baltimore Ravens could be looking for the future of quarterback. And we know the Patriots with 2 first-round picks and a bunch of picks in the first couple rounds. It's going to be interesting.
All right, Todd, thanks very much. As Josh Rosen waits to hear when his name will be called, we have a trade. The Raiders have moved back, and guess who has moved up? That would be the Arizona Cardinals. This sounds, Lewis, one more time, like a move up to take a quarterback. The question is, will it be Josh Rosen? Maybe Lamar Jackson? What do you think happens here with Arizona moving up?
Well, I definitely think it's going to be a quarterback, but you bring up a great point. Could it be Lamar Jackson? Could Lamar Jackson actually have leapfrogged Josh Rosen in this draft? And I'll tell you what, look, Mike McCoy, the offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, he's one of the most innovative play callers and innovative offensive play designers in the NFL. Look, Bruce Arians himself said Lamar Jackson would fit very well in Arizona. This is going to be interesting to watch here. I like Josh Rosen. I thought Josh Rosen was going to be off the board much sooner than this. He can sling it. He can play. This is a good one to watch here,
what's amazing about Josh Rosen, of all these quarterbacks, the guy who's coming out who's probably the most ready as far as fundamentals in the college game are concerned, it's him.
Yeah.
The thing with him is when the pocket's clean, which how often is the pocket clean in the NFL, he's going to make every read, he's going to make every throw. The concern, I think, is when things break down. A lot of these other guys can create and make a play happen. He has a tendency to put the ball into coverage. So, but, I mean, I can't believe he's still sitting there with a chance to go to Arizona.
Well, it is interesting, as you alluded to, Mel. We had Bruce Arians on Golic and Wingo, 6 to 10 on ESPN News and ESPN Radio. And he said he thought Lamar Jackson would be a perfect fit for the Arizona Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals had to get ahead of Miami, and I think that was the whole key to their football team and their organization's thought process. You think about where they are. Sam Bradford, can he stay healthy? And that's the question. So if you draft a quarterback like Rosen, who's had injury issues, or Lamar Jackson, who needs time, will those quarterbacks be afforded that, particularly Jackson, where Rosen's more NFL ready? Bradford gets hurt. Hey, maybe he's the guy who could step in where I don't think Lamar Jackson could right away. It's going to be an interesting dynamic how they feel about Bradford's ability to play 16 games could impact this decision.
This is interesting. I mean, this is where it's interesting because there are a million ways they can go, and depending on how they go, may tell us what they think about Sam Bradford is going to be available to do. We all know what Sam Bradford can do, but the question is, do they believe he's going to be available to do it for them?
Yeah, the one thing that I will say is this, like, they also have Mike Glennon too. Now, I know people are going to say, well, they still have just Sam Bradford, because people will just dismiss Mike Glennon. But look, this is still a situation here where a young quarterback will very much so benefit from going to a place like this because of what I talked about earlier, Herbie, about the quarterback room being constructed in such a way that players just learn differently from other players than they do from coaches. And that's not to take anything away from coaching, because we know it's important, but you can relate to one another in ways that maybe coaches can't. This you know, really it's a sneaky destination place for a young quarterback where if I'm Lamar Jackson or I'm Josh Rosen, I'm not angry right now.
I'm hoping
I'm the guy.
Fitzgerald.
I'm hoping I'm the guy.
And also keep in mind, guys, in the crosstown rivalry game, Josh Rosen outplayed Sam Darnold.
No doubt.
He went right on after that game to SportsCenter. It was no contest. He was the better quarterback, yet he's still on the board. Why? Because there are durability concerns, a shoulder injury 2 years ago, then the concussion protocol twice this year. Concussions. Then you factor in, can he galvanize the team? Is he a natural leader that these guys are going to want to go and know, hey, I got the ball at the 10-yard line, I got to go 90 yards. You can do it. He came up short against Memphis. He had the ball around midfield, a couple minutes to go against a bad Memphis defense, and he didn't get it done. He makes some ill-advised throws, some bad decisions here and there for such an incredibly bright, smart kid. On the field, there's some common sense things he doesn't do. So I think Rosen here, though, Kurt Herbie, you would never have thought, I think a month ago, he would be here at this spot in the draft.
There's one thing about Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold is when the game would get tight, great quarterbacks, not on my watch. We're not losing this game right now. You felt that. Josh Rosen, if you took Josh Rosen off of UCLA and you put him in Oklahoma, you took Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold and put him with UCLA, I don't know if the team that Josh Rosen goes to is able to maintain the level that SC and Oklahoma played at. But I do think you would see a significant jump only because of galvanizing, as you said, a team and getting them to believe in who you are.
And remember the A&M game, Texas A&M game, first game, he came back from way down. He made some throws in that game. We're just lucky to be completed.
Right.
Jordan Lastly made some key catches. A&M had a chance for some interceptions. Ball went through the defensive back's hands. So I think he's got to make better decisions on the field.
Keep this in mind. If it is a quarterback, it would be the first time in the common draft era that we have 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10 picks. We told you this was going to be maybe an historic night. It is playing out that way. Again, Arizona gets 10. The Raiders get the 15th overall pick, a 3rd-round pick, and a 5th-round pick this year. The pick is in. Here comes Roger Goodell across the podium, and now the question becomes, will this be the first time ever 4 quarterbacks in the top 10 picks of the draft?
The Oakland Raiders have traded the 10th pick to the Arizona Cardinals. With the 10th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Rosen, quarterback, UCLA.
And we've got history. First time in the common draft era, 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10. He was called Chosen Rosen when he showed up and was handed the keys to the kingdom as a freshman at UCLA. And Arizona has chosen Rosen to give him the keys in 2018. Bradford is there. Glennon is there. Rosen is the future. Josh, give you some hints. Find Larry Fitzgerald early, find Larry Fitzgerald often, and occasionally look for that guy David Johnson out of the backfield. From Manhattan Beach, California, to Phoenix, Arizona, and what a lineage he comes from on so many levels. Josh Rosen's great-great-great-grandfather was Joseph Wharton, who founded the Wharton School of Business by donating $100,000 in 1881. His father, Charles Rosen, is a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, a world-renowned surgeon, and also a gold medalist ice dancer, as is his mother, Liz Lippincott, who also went to Princeton University, and she was also a gold medal ice dancer. Josh Rosen, as they say, the bloodlines are strong here. But you know what? The highlights are strong as well for Josh Rosen.
He can spin it. And then, Lewis, that's the thing. I mean, he's artistic throwing the football. And at 6'4", 225 pounds, you see him, Lewis, 3, 5, 7-step drop. He's definitely NFL ready.
Look, there's a certain type of quarterback, if you look at the quarterbacks they've already acquired in Arizona, that they're looking for. Look, Sam Bradford is not Mr. Mobile either. Mike Glennon isn't either. So obviously there's a profile that they're looking for. And I'll tell you this, when you think about Mike McCoy down there, the offensive coordinator, they're going to want a quarterback with a high football IQ. A guy who can do a lot of work at the line of scrimmage and get them in the football plays that keep him out of harm's way. And I think Josh Rosen is tailor-made to do that. Look, Josh Rosen himself has said, and we've watched enough NFL football to know this, you don't have to be a Houdini escape artist in the pocket in order to survive in the NFL and play a long time and deal the football. But you have to be smart, you have to be aware, you have to understand what's happening post-snap. I think this kid can do it. I'm happy as heck for him. Like I said, I think this is an undercover destination place, Arizona, because I think this is an organization that's resetting and starting over.
Well, look, he said in a pre-draft interview, he's pretty confident that he's going to be the one standing when it's all said and done. Well, right now, courtesy of DXL, Josh Rosen is standing with our Susie Colbert.
Josh, the Cards traded up for you. How would you describe the emotion when that call finally came?
I'm motivated. I'm more motivated than I've ever been in my entire life. And I just want to get in the hunt and win Super Bowls. Motivated is the word. Very motivated.
You know, you learned that the draft process is like a gauntlet. How would you analyze all the scrutiny?
I don't care. I just want to put some pads on and start playing ball. I mean, this has been an unbelievable experience. Met a lot of amazing people from all around the country. And I'm just excited to get to work.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Miami's on the clock. Let's go upstairs to Morton Adams.
Thanks, Susie. The Arizona Cardinals had to get a quarterback in this draft. That's the feeling. Despite having Sam Bradford and Mike Glennon signed, Seattle has Russell Wilson. 49ers have Jimmy Garoppolo. The Rams have Jared Goff. And they didn't have enough ammo to go up and get Josh Allen.
And keep this in mind, too, more. Last year, the Arizona Cardinals would have liked to have drafted Patrick Mahomes. They didn't get him. They wanted Kirk Cousins in free agency this offseason. They didn't get him. They liked Josh Allen, didn't get him, so now they traded a 1, 3, and 5 to go up to Oakland to get Josh Rosen. Trey?
All right, Mort, Adam, thanks very much. So we have both USC and UCLA quarterbacks going in the first round. Kirk, you're all in on Josh Rosen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he started 30 games, 3 years, 3 different offensive coordinators. Where I think he'll benefit the most is having Jed Fish, who has a lot of NFL experience, brought a system that I think will make it a little bit easier in transitioning to the league. He's quick with his reads, has quick eyes. Like I said, the area he's going to have to improve is the improvisation, ability to try to make plays. You know, just a little, you don't have to run all over the place,
right,
but just getting out of the pocket and making plays and not throwing the ball into traffic will be an area I'm sure they're going to focus on.
By the way, the only other time we had a USC and UCLA quarterback in the same draft, 1989.
Troy Aikman,
#1 overall, and Rodney Peete in the 6th round. Never before in the first 2. Miami is on the clock. Let's go out to the commissioner and see what they're going to do.